Funding wallets on TapTapSend. Step 1. Click on Create Ghana Cedi Wallets below when you open the app. Step 2. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 3. Click on the Confirm and Fund wallet below to confirm. Step 4. Your wallet has been successfully funded. Step 5. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 6. Select or add new recipient. Step 7. Choose wallet as payment method. Step 8. Click on the Pay with Wallet below to confirm. Step 9. Your transaction is successful.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Check it. Put sugar level for check it. Check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Step into a world of exquisite fragrances at Ghana's #1 perfume hub. Visit us at Rack Luxury Perfume, located in Santa Maria, Asiama Junction, or find us in New Akimota, opposite Christ Redeemed Glory Church. Just a 3-minute walk from Akimota Melcombe, your journey to finding the perfect scent begins here. Whether you're shopping for yourself or looking for the perfect gift, we offer an extensive collection for both wholesale and retail. Proudly, we are the exclusive sole distributor for the luxurious Gloria perfume. Follow us on social media for the latest updates and exclusive deals. Find us on Instagram at rack_perfumes and on Snapchat and TikTok at rack_perfumes. Connect with us on Facebook at Rack Luxury Perfumes and be the first to know about new arrivals. Reach out to us at +233 59 461 6199 or WhatsApp at 059 861 2592. Rack Luxury Perfumes. Smell unique, smell classy.
The conversations about record labels, independent artists, and the whole music industry is continuously becoming a complicated one. And when I say it is becoming a complicated one, I mean that when you follow the different conversations, the different angles, the different understanding, coming from different perspectives, sometimes it is hard for you to decide which of these perspectives you have to work with. I know many people are confused, especially those who are critically involved in the music industry now. I know many are kind of confused. They are not too sure where to belong to, whether they should belong to the independents or they should belong to the label artist kind of music business. And the reason some of them are confused is that there are some trusted brands, musicians who are doing well. They follow them, they understand their hustle, they know their successes, what they have achieved and all. Yet, they know that if they are doing it alone and they have been able to achieve something, it means it is possible that they can also achieve something, depending on which level they want to go. At the same time, they also know the story of some artists signed on to labels who have also become so successful to the extent that their music seems no limitation. In fact, they keep growing and growing. So, coming to understand the fact that, okay, here, you have your freedom. Everything that is about your music, you're going to enjoy it alone. It is for you and nobody else. You don't share anything with anybody. And knowing that here, your freedom is a little curtailed. You are not an entirely free person, especially in the music business, not as in your personality, but the music thing. You are not an entirely free person, but in terms of returns, they are able to expand, triple, or even quadruple your returns. People are now confused, many, especially among young talents. They are not too sure which of the sides to play, whether they should play safe at the record label side or they should play hard at the independent side. That has been one struggle. That is why I said in my introduction that the conversation about record labels and independent artists is gradually or continuously becoming a complicated one. In Sarkodie's verse on the Hennessy Cypher 2024, he actually said something about how record labels are dealing with musicians and African musicians, as a matter of fact, or maybe the world at large, where he talked about the fact that, yes, these people will come enticing you with all the big checks, the big dollar bills and all that. Yet, you give them your ink, they sign to you, and you should know that the future is not yours. The future is not yours because a time will come that you might not be able to lay claim to some things that in you think they are supposed to be yours. You are either going to share it with people, or even if you don't play your cards well, some clauses will not even make you own them at all. That is if you don't play your cards well. Some clauses will not make you own them at all. And this, if you're a young artist who has had interest in Sarkodie's career, you've had interest in his principles, you've had interest in his success, it means that you are sure going to be confused. Hey, where am I going to? Then there is a new video. I know my editor will show that to you. Coming from one of Nigeria's new entrants, Odumodu Black. And when I say new entrant, I mean that currently he's one of the people getting attention in the music industry. He might have been there, but his attention is now, or his relevance is now. So I'll not be wrong to label him as a new entrant. And that is also possible.
You're bragging about being indie. What's there to brag about when Beyonce is under a label? Kendrick is under a label. Fela was under a label. Bob Marley. You can't do it yourself. Even our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, when he came, he took 12 people with him. And that's God. He took people with him. But you say you want to do it on your own. How far can you go? Because you don't want somebody to take a little bit, take for a gain from you or milk. What's that? That's even greed. You want everything to yourself. You want to produce your song. You want to mix and master it. You want only you. You know, if Jesus, who is God, came down and took other people, he could have done it on his own now. Yeah,
it's true. I understand.
If Jesus did not do it on his own, who am I? So you need people to amplify your talent as an artist. Indie good for a period of time to understand who you are. You know, so you're not gonna sign the deal that because you're hungry. Then when you meet people that align with your vision, you move with them and move on to the next level. So all of you that are indie and you're forming Superman, find people that amplify your talent too.
When you pay attention to the podcast that he was featured on, he said some things that once again can also be seen to be very commendable. This is because he's talking about you wanting to do more or you wanting to go far. And the fact that your financial muscles might not be strong or big enough. When you know someone who can help you to get there, when you know someone who can push you to get to the top, why run away? Why shy away from it instead of going to hustle? In fact, he goes ahead to say that there are some things that even if you want to do it alone, it means you are either being greedy or you are being selfish. At a point, he even said, how can you, one person, be producing, be mixing, be distribution, and blah, 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 blah. Well, that is his understanding. In today's music business, thanks to technology, you can make all these things happen, and it does not necessarily mean that you the same person will be doing everything. Just as the labels will be paying for people's services, same way you can also pay for people's services as an independent artist. But this is from your pocket. In fact, Odumodu's perspective on working with record labels can never be denied. You can never accuse him of any wrongdoing. You can never say he's done something that is not supposed to be done. You can never say he's said something that will be considered as evil. You can never say that. Indeed, the music industry is like that. That is why in the video, he mentioned some greats, some big names, globally recognized, who have even signed on to record labels before, who have worked with record labels before, and it is true. Yes, at a point, they all needed the big arms of record labels to run their music thing. And indeed, they did. And as it stands now, I can also tell you that if there is something that everybody who is doing music wants now, it is one, to succeed and to own whatever that they are doing in the near future. That's what everybody is looking for. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to earn from their sweat. So if whether they go A or they go B, the goal is to win and to own what they are doing, why not? They are good to go. They are okay. In fact, they don't have any problem at all to have any issues with anybody. Because yes, they are going to win, and when they look back, they are still going to own them. I remember watching a podcast, if not a podcast, then maybe some tweet from one of my favorite Nigeria Twitter guys. And he was talking about the fact that if care is not taken, some years to come, as much as so many of the greatest Afrobeat songs were created from Nigeria, if care is not taken, some years will come and Nigeria will not own these songs. He thinks that if care is not taken, a time will come, more of these products will be owned by the West because they spent money in creating them. They own them. They are actually the people distributing all these products. Therefore, they have the higher authority in doing whatever they want to do with them. I still remember this as yesterday. He made sure that people who are selling their catalog, people who are selling their songs to these international labels, distributors, publishers, and all over the world, if one day it becomes necessary that they want to own their stuff back, he knows it is going to be a very big task, or someone will say Herculean task, because at that time someone has his hand or her hand on them. They've covered it. It is for them. You cannot do anything about it. At that time, it will be their thing. And that is what the guy was scared about for the industry. But once again, because to some people, their dream, their desire is to have that global attention and recognition. They think staying in their small corners in Nigeria or in any of the African countries to do it would help them to achieve such ambitions. So for instance, let's look at all the magic that Burna Boy is creating. Recently, his London Stadium show that he did, over 80,000 people. Definitely, if he had locked himself with only his people in Nigeria, he might not have been able to do that. But once again, how is the future for him like? Maybe secured, maybe not. You might not know. As much as he's getting, after all, now everybody knows Burna Boy is okay. Like some people have been saying, a 10% of a huge money is better than 100% of something small. If there is something big, very, very big, and you're going to get a 10% of it, it is better than something small that you think it's for you alone. I know people have been saying this. So maybe he's okay. His terms and conditions as to how he is leasing or giving his works to the people that he's dealing with, nobody knows. He understands it better because he knows what he's signed to. And the success he's achieving is beautiful. Again, those who are also doing it in their own way, They might not be able to do the 80,000 stadium capacities. They might be doing some 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 elsewhere, and they are still happy, achieving what they want to achieve, and they are not relying on anybody for survival. I'm sure in their own rights, they are also winning. And it will be hard for you to argue or debate with them. In their own right, they are also winning. They are also taking whatever that belongs to them. Therefore, the record label and the independence kind of conversation, like I said earlier, continuously becoming complicated. But in rounding up, I want to say that if you're an artist, it is not about what worked for someone that will work for you. Especially, you have to know where you are coming from. So know your strength, know your weaknesses, and know what you want. So if, for instance, your plan is to do a certain kind of music business, and you think you will not be able to do it alone, and going to have that relationship or partnership with the record label would help you to do that, my brother, my sister, don't shy away from it. Just go there, sign to it, and do whatever you would want to do with the label, because that is what will give you the desire that you are looking for. Without that, it is going to be a heavy struggle for you. But then, if you also know where you are coming from, and you think, oh, based on where I'm coming from and what I bring on the table, I'm better off doing it like this, satisfied, not bothering or not bothered about any other thing, and giving me the kind of relevance and the excitement and the returns I'm looking for. Once again, know your story, exactly how you want to do it. Nobody should be pressured to take decisions because others are doing it. Nobody should be pressured to do so many things because so many people are doing it. Ask yourself, are you okay to do it too? The fact that Ya is doing does not mean you can do it. The fact that Akosia is doing does not mean you can do it. Know what you want. And based on your vision and objectives and your motives, you decide where you want to be. Whether you want to be with the labels or you want to be an independent artist. In all, it's about winning. However you win, it's up to you. Whichever route you go to win, it's up to you. And nobody should get this wrong. There are so many people who have also signed to labels, yet they did not succeed. I know sometimes when this argument comes, people go like, you want to grow musically and you don't want to sign to labels. You want to go out there and don't sign labels. We know some people who signed labels that did not end them well. So before you come out with that argument, consider that as well. Yes, my late Willie Roy, my friend, the late Willie Roy will say, there is a few that got away, or the one that got away. There are many that have gotten away with their label partnership. So many people too did not sit up. Some of them, they even have debts that they are supposed to pay because of their partnership with labels. Yes, some of them, they have debts. Yes, they are. They are supposed to pay money because whatever that was invested in them, the companies could not recoup. And when they felt things were not going the way they want to go, therefore they want to walk, it became an albatross on their neck. They are still dealing with it. So there is no automatic win for signing on to a label. There is nothing to mean that, oh, the moment you sign to a label, boof, you are good, you are gone. No, it's not like that. It is not always like that. People have signed death warrants. In fact, some people would even say people have signed their souls to some people. It's because at this time, they control you. Everything. Sleep, you have to sleep. You don't have to do it. And that is what some people are scared of. I know there are some people who have done their music thing to a certain level and they don't want to hear this label conversation because they are scared of that control. They are scared of that kind of direction that you cannot have any power or authority over. You are just like a zombie. Go here and you are following. Go there and you are following. To some people, it scares them to the bone. Therefore, they don't want to do it. And others, they're also ready for the long haul. They are ready for the big kill. So therefore, they'll go for it. In this world, everybody knows that if you want the biggest opportunities, you have to go for the biggest risk. Or if you want the biggest of deals, you have to go for the biggest risk. Some people don't want to risk it. They want to get it all. Others want to risk it, and they want it more as well. So guys, the choice is yours. Nobody should put pressure on you. Know where you are coming from, understand what you do, and before you ink, at least get advice from people here and there. Get advice from everywhere that you think advice needs to be sought for your career. From lawyers, from practitioners, from people who have been there before, and all those experiences. You would need that in signing to whoever. And again, even when you want to decide to be independent, ask those who are doing it how they are surviving in it, the good, the bad, their challenges and all, before you also decide that this is how you want to go. If you're able to do this, you will not meet here and talk plenty again. You will be there celebrating, popping champagne, knowing that you have won, whether with a label or as an independent artist. The goal is to win. However you go, whether left or right, if you are winning, keep winning. And that is what Sammy Flex I want to talk about in this particular piece. Let's do it again some other time. Thanking Digital Rasta Currency and Richie Flex for putting this together. Until then, subscribe to us and let's do more. However, you can also share your different or confirm some of the opinions shared here in this particular piece. I'll be with you in our next video. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.